So this video is going to be about PlayStation Vue network. So if you see here, they have a deal going on right now where for $29.99 you can get 65 plus channels, and it's called their core plan, and that core plan is normally $49.99 per month. We're going to skip that for right now because that requires you to purchase up front. So what we have here, got PlayStation Vue. Of course, you don't need to have a PlayStation to use this. You can use it on your Fire Stick, your Roku, your computer, or whatever. So the minimum package that they have is this Access package, and there's a 5-day free trial. They have 4 other packages here, and we're going to sign up. I'm going to sign up for the Elite package just to do my testing out. But again, for the minimalists, you want to go with your Access stations, and we can see what they come with. So we got your channels here, and they just highlight the ones that you get with this package. So this one, along with one of our other services, it does not come with BET, doesn't come with VH1. So if you're interested in those channels, you could take that into consideration. Now we do have your CNN, your ESPN, and your Disney. And for most people, that's a lot of people, that's good enough. We got your TBS and TNT, which gives you your, basically, if you're into basketball, you can watch your basketball throughout the year on some of those. We got some add-ons we can get, sports package, FX, etc. You got your standalones, your premium stations, HBO, Stars, Cinemax, and they range from $11 to $15. Looks like they have some discounts if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. So we'll go ahead and get started. First, what you need to do, you need to put in your zip code, and they'll let you know, you give you a channel lineup and say what's available for you. And here's your comparison, so you can kind of see what you got. In my area, they have the locals as far as ABC, Fox, CBS, and NBC, which is good for people who need to have their locals. And then we can just scroll down and you can kind of see what the differences are in the different lineups. Once you need, so what I'm going to do is do a 5-day free trial of this Elite package. Go ahead and choose that plan and see if there's any additional add-ons we can get. This time I'm not going to sign up for all the additional add-ons. It's not going to make any difference in my evaluation process. So I'll just go ahead and get the regular package. One thing that I did notice is for your streaming, you get to have up to 5 streams. And I think 3 of those are outside of your home. So that's a little bit more than some of the other ones that I've evaluated. So if a lot of simultaneous streams is important to you, then this could be a good option. If you got 4 or 5 people in your household, each one can stream at different things. Or if you want to share with someone else, you can do that. You need to register on the PlayStation Network in order for this to work. I already have a registration because I have my PlayStation 4. If you have a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, you sign up for the PlayStation Network and you already have your account information. If you are not on the PlayStation Network, you need to create that information. I'm going ahead and sign in and do what I need to do, and I'll evaluate it further. So I'm going to demo the PlayStation Vue on my PlayStation. I usually use a computer or my NVIDIA Shield, but I'm going to use this PlayStation because there's an additional feature that's on here that's not on some of the other devices. Now you are able to place PlayStation Vue on your Fire Stick, your Roku, your computer, some televisions, cell phone, etc. So you still got those. You don't need a PlayStation, but the PlayStation is going to give you an extra feature. I'm going to go ahead and open up this app. It starts off with your live TV based on some of the settings that you may have picked. And you can go ahead and just pick some show to watch. As you pick a show, you can go down, you can add it to your DVR, and now that particular show is going to be on your DVR, so it's going to be recording it. Let me go back. If you go to DVR, you can see some of the things that are in your DVR at the time. You can look at your favorite channels. So I do have some locals on here that I can see. And they have different categories. You got sports and featured. If you go up to your timeline, it shows you what you're watching right now and some of the recently watched items that you have. If you go up to the top, you got your TV guide. TV guide looks a little bit different. Your channels are on the top rather than on the left, and your times are on the left. But you can see which channels you have, and they're alphabetically ordered. For the most part. So I can go on ahead and click on TBS, for example, and it's going to start playing, in this case it's Friends. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to something different so I don't get any copyright infringements. Let me pause it, and now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to show a feature that I was talking about earlier. Let me go back to recently watched, and I'll start Good Morning Football. If I go down here, they have this thing called multi-view, and you can view 2 to 3 screens at one time. So once you pick something, you can go ahead and pick something else. Let's say Skip and Shannon, and then another thing I can put in Sports Center. I was just trying to do different sports, because a lot of times, like if it's football season or basketball season, you can have 3 different sports at once. I have the volume down right now, but the bigger screen is what you're going to hear. You can go to another program and swap the video, so now that's going to be in the bigger screen. And you can also change what you have on the screens. You can click a button to exit your multi-view mode. So I'll go ahead and do that. And there we go. So that was the biggest feature that I wanted to talk about that's on my PlayStation that's not on any of my other devices. With PlayStation View, you have your on-demand. So you have different categories that they determine. So you got movies, just all kind of categories you can look at. You also have a search feature you can use, and just about the same as about any other DVR. Let me go back to the guide. Let me go ahead and scroll over to the beginning. It starts off with your favorite channels, so any channels that you determine was favorites, and then it'll get into your locals. So it has my locals, ABC, Fox, NBC, and CBS. So those are the major ones, and they are included. I've had no issues streaming this with my devices besides the PlayStation. So on my Nvidia Shield, on my computer, on the Fire Stick, I had no issues at all with my streaming, no buffering, so it seems pretty reliable. Only thing I really don't particularly like is the channel selection, as far as not being everything, but it's still a really good selection for what you get. So this is a summary of the PlayStation Vue. For about $45 a month, you get around 50 channels, which includes your major locals. The thing that I like best about this service is that you get 5 streams at once. So that's more than some of the other programs that I've seen. Now, the DVR, they count their DVR differently than some of the other companies. Instead of counting how many hours of DVR you have, they count episodes. So you can have up to 500 episodes in your DVR at one time. The thing is, once you record an episode, you have 28 days to watch it. Otherwise, it goes away. So, yeah, you can have a whole bunch of them, but you need to make sure that you get them watched. Another thing that I really liked about this is that if you're on a PlayStation, you have that multi-screen view. So if you're a sports fan, you're watching a bunch of football games or basketball games, you can watch up to 3 at one time, and you can switch back and forth. So that's a real good thing to have if you have a PlayStation. Thing that I didn't like about this one is that the higher price premium add-ons, for example, if you like HBO, it's going to cost you $15 to get it, which is kind of on the expensive side. But this review is for the base package, so if you don't care about that, then it doesn't matter. And it doesn't have all of the stations that some of the other services have. But if it has everything you need, then this is a good option. It's a little bit more pricey than the cheapest programs, but you're still going to be cheaper than cable. So let me know what you think. If you got any comments, go ahead and post it, and look out for the next video. Thanks.